Hello everyone! I know it's been a long time since I've posted, but I do have national exams, so I don't really have time. I honestly don't know how Izukage does it. Oh yeah, he only has one test to do, while I have seven! Yay! Anyway, this is the long-awaited finale for What If Deku Was Cheated On. The what if that started it all, and I'm grateful for all of you guys. We finally hit 1K, and now when I get kicked out of my house, I can pay rent. So thank you guys for that. I really appreciate it. I know you guys have been through a lot with me, and for the newcomers, welcome. Welcome to our family. Welcome to the void. And yeah, let's just get into the video. Now we left the damn, starting off the video with getting tongue-tied. Anyway, where we left off with Momo trying to get closer to Izuku by joining Ryuk's guild, or Ryuk's agency. I'm mixing up my words. Anyway, Momo would join Ryuk's agency and they would be in the meeting room discussing the raid, with Izuku suggesting that they should form different teams and probably send in him and Mirio to find and deal with Chisaki as quickly as possible, as Rocklock would have a outburst. And why should we send kids like you, who probably don't even know what you're doing? There are lives at stake here, and we shouldn't entrust it to you guys. As Izuku would visibly get angry at this, but he would calm down. As Night Eye would say, these two are the most capable kids I know. They could probably handle it, and they might get in and out based off their quirks. So I say we should let them do it. Now here's the plan. Team A will be all of us storming the base. Team B will be Ryuk and her team dealing with any of the Yakuza that get outside. Team S being Izuku and Mirio, you guys have to infiltrate the lair and get to Eri as quickly as possible, as they would get 1 week to set up everything. Now, Izuku, over this 1 week, he would be creating, like I said, his prototype quirk erasing bullets that will keep a person's quirk dormant for a couple hours. He would create that, and he would create new suits for him and Mirio, being full black with their normal color scheme being highlights. If you don't remember what Izuku's costume is, rewatch the old parts, because I honestly forgot myself. But I know it was a jacket and like joggers and or some shit. Anyway, Izuku would create these new costumes, and he would provide Mirio with his new costume, making sure that they work. Him creating everything that he might need, putting it in a duffel bag. As we time skip to the day of the raid, with Izuku and Mirio being on top of a rooftop. Hey, are you up for this? yeah, I think I am, as Izuku would say to Mirio. Yeah, I guess so. We should get her out of there as quickly as possible and avoid any fights if we can. Yeah, you're right. As the two of them would leap off of the building, with Mirio phasing through it, with Izuku using a elytra, believe it or not, to get across the building. Him getting across and going through the vent system, with the heroes commencing the raid as planned, with Chisaki going on the move, trying to get away from it, and bringing Eri along with him, with his right-hand man, Kronos, or Cryos. I forgot what his name is, but I know it's something like that, something to do with time or some shit. Anyway, Izuku and Mirio would catch up to Chisaki, Eri, and his right-hand man, but they wouldn't notice. Mirio would be phasing through the walls, and Izuku would be moving stealthily, as they would have been spotted by Kronos and the guy who drinks and he causes people to feel drunk. That would cause Izuku and Mirio to feel drunk, but Mirio would do what he did in canon, but when he catches Eri, he throws her towards Izuku. When Izuku sees Chisaki attempting to use his quirk, them already researching his quirk and knowing what it is, Izuku would immediately run to the end of the corridor on the other side, with Kronos trying to chase after him. Him bringing out a baseball bat, swinging it and hitting Kronos upside the head, knocking him out. Well, that was easier than I thought. Shit, Mirio. As Mirio would be phasing through spikes while Chisaki would be attempting to hit Mirio and kill him, with Izuku immediately making two potions, a swiftness potion and a jump boost potion, with him bringing out a sniper rifle from out of the duffel bag. Well, I hope this works. Stay right here, Eri, alright? Uh, okay. I'll, I'll be quiet. As Izuku would leave Eri with the duffel bag. Izuku running as fast as he can, moving. If you want a speed gauge, he's moving basically at 20% One For All, but keep in mind, he is not the successor of One For All, it is Mirio. With Izuku getting super close to where they're fighting, while Chisaki is distracted by Mirio, Izuku takes his shot, shooting Chisaki in the arm, causing Chisaki's quirk to immediately shut off, as Mirio would clock in a solid punch to his dome. Well, that was easier than expected. Yeah, you're right. As the two of them would get out of there with Chisaki and Eri, Mirio holding Chisaki over his shoulder with some cuffs on him, and Eri being in Izuku's arms. By the time they would get back up to the surface, everything would be done with the raid, and there would be less casualties than normal because almost all of the police officers are outfitted with the quirk erasing bullets that Izuku had made. He made over 1,000 of them, and each police officer has at least one. So they would get a couple shots in on the main 8 precincts of death and shut off their quirks, causing the rest of the Yakuza members to follow suit. So the raid would go pretty easy. Now we move on to the school festival. Momo has gotten a bit close to Izuku, but Izuku's still wary of her, but he's acting like he's oblivious to everything. Izuku would go on a couple more dates with Mina and Toga over the course of this time skip. They would get extremely close and they would study a lot. Yeah, study. Yep, definitely nothing else. They would be studying math, English, biology, mostly biology. What was I saying? Anyway, this would be the start of the school festival with Class 1A trying to decide what they would be doing. They would still end up choosing the concert that they were gonna put on, and they would complete it. They would complete practicing pretty easily, and Izuku wouldn't have ended up going out for rope because he could just make it. Why would he need to go out for rope when he can make it? So what ended up happening is Gentle Criminal ended up getting captured by a watchdog or whatever his name is. I can't remember. And ectoplasm. So they would catch him in the woods with La Brava. They wouldn't really get to use their love mode, I guess, that La Brava gives Gentle. Because of as soon as they were caught, Ectoplasm put on some quirk erasing cuffs that Izuku had made for the school. And he would have been mass producing these to give to the police officers and UA. Basically, any police station and UA has those quirk erasing cuffs that would cause a person's quirk to automatically shut off. So, as you can see, Izuku is very, very smart with the way he uses his quirk, and he thinks ahead like Dream normally does. So, yeah. The concert would go off without a hitch. Eri would learn how to smile. Everyone would have their little arc. Jiro would have her concert, and she would feel pretty good about herself. Now, where this what if will all end. It has been a couple months, and there hasn't been many villain attacks. The Class 1A versus Class 1B battle would happen, and the same teams would win, and the same teams would lose. But this would happen. As soon as Christmas came around, Momo would have gotten into Izuku's room while he was sleeping. Izuku didn't participate in their gift ceremony, I guess, or them participating in Christmas. He wouldn't really see a point in that, and he would go to his bed early. Momo would sneak into his room and tie him up because Izuku's a very sound sleeper. But that's basically it. Momo would tie him up, and Izuku would wake up after 5 minutes, seeing Momo in lingerie. Izuku, you don't know how much I've wanted you. I'm sorry for what I did with Bakugo, but I swear it won't happen again. Come on, Izuku. Let me feel you. Let me hold you. Let me love you. As Izuku would get weirded out, but he would try and hold some small talk with Momo while he was making a knife in his hand. Momo, listen, we're over and we'll never get back together. Why can't you understand that? I'm with Mia and Himiko. I don't love you, and I will never will love you. I forgave you, but that's it. You don't get it, do you? You can't get rid of me, Zuko. You're mine, whether you like it or not. If it wasn't for me, you wouldn't have been popular in middle school. You'd have been a quirkless dumbass who everyone would have hated. You never used your quirk and never showed off, not like Bakugo did. But I still took a chance on you, Izuku. Now you're mine. As Izuku would get out of his ropes, and he would put Momo in a sleeper hold, knocking her out and carrying her to her room. I swear to God, the next time she does this, I'll kill her. It's not her fault. I really hate this. As Izuku would carry on with the rest of his night. Now, a couple more months would pass, and the war would break out, with Shigaraki going through his quirk metamorphosis and his absorption of All for One. The war would break out like in canon, but when it came to Shigaraki attacking Endeavor, Gran Torino, and the others, in this timeline, I'm pretty sure that All Might is still around. So, in that terms of them fighting Shigaraki, it would go pretty interesting of a fight. Shigaraki managed to hold off All Might for a while, but as soon as Izuku got onto the battlefield, it would have been over. Izuku would have took a long-range shot with his trusty sniper rifle and shut down Shigaraki's quirk. With them ended up winning the war. They would deal with all the criminals, and the war would end pretty quickly, more efficiently than the war in the manga, but yeah, that's basically how it would end. Now, time skip a couple of years. Izuku has had 3 kids, 2 with Mina and 1 with Toga. His eldest son, Iruma, his eldest daughter, Mizi, and his youngest son, Akira. Akira would have his mother's blood quirk, but he could also create blood copies of people. Mizi would have basically Mina's quirk, but she would have a lot more control. And Iruma would have his father's creation quirk. And he would be able to create things a lot faster than Izuku ever could. Over the years, Izuku has become the #1 hero, and he would be known for his tactical thinking and his creation of a lot of support items. And that, my friends, is where I will sadly end this What If. We've been through a lot with this. It was the first What If I ever done. I know some of you might think it's pretty rushed ending, but I don't really see where I could go with it. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoy. Let's get to 2000, my guys. I would really like to get to there, because it's totally not because I have a wager with someone that I get to 2000 before them. Totally not. Anyway, thank you guys for supporting me over the course of these couple months. And yeah, I'll be dropping What If Deku Had Toon Force Part 4. So look out for that. Is it Part 4 or Part 3? These exams are messing up my memory. I can't really remember much. Anyway, I'll see you in the next video.